Hello, I'm Helena Jehnichen, Certified Clinical Hypnotherapist and Certified Emotion Code Practitioner. Coming to you live from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, in my office on Vancouver Island.
All
I'm
right.
here with my Emotion Code Diva friend and co-host, Dana Smithers. Dana, how you doing over there in North Vancouver?
Thanks, Helena. Just doing great. So I'm Dana J. Smithers. I am a certified emotion code practitioner. I'm also a certified law of attraction uh, facilitator, trainer, and business coach. And I'm also a certified sacred gifts guide. So we're all about empowering women. And even though my group is as a empowered women. My business is actually focused on working with women in business, so women solopreneurs who get stuck in their business. I work with them to create a marketing and business plan. We focus on what clarity they need, what action steps they need to take. Then, if they're not really sure what their purpose is, I'll love to take them through my Sacred Gifts program. And after that, once we're rolling forward, there's always going to be some trapped emotions, something that prevents them from moving forward. Happens to us all. It's natural. This is how we come into life and probably how we'll leave as well. So it's really important that the people that Helena and I work with, that from this show the intention is to educate, inspire, heal and release your trapped emotions. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about, this whole month is about relationships. So if you haven't seen our other videos, just go to this Facebook page, facebook.com/TEC Divas, and you can see other shows. We're on episode 6 today, and we're going to be talking about family relationships, and I will actually be releasing some trapped emotions from one of our loyal viewers, Sylvia Bellini, who is in London, England, who's going to help us out today. So that's me. I am one of the Emotion Code Divas, and Helena has a very special part in the program today. So Helena, go ahead and give us a little bit more information about who you are, who your clients are, and how you help them.
Excellent. So yes, Helena Jehnichen, a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and that is my main focus. But since learning about the emotion code through Dana, I decided to become a certified emotion code practitioner and add this amazing tool to all of my hypnosis sessions. And I work with men and women, some younger teenagers and children, but mostly men and women that are looking to create change in their life. I specialize in helping people release excess weight, to work through and get rid of their medical anxiety, dentist fears and phobias, or pre-surgery, and also fabulous. Hypnosis is amazing for general social anxiety. But my specialty and the part that I really, really love is I love helping people to stop smoking. I am the stop smoking lady, and I help people stop smoking in one hypnosis session. And I do incorporate the emotion code into those sessions. It works amazingly.
Right. And so what we're going to do, first of all, we're just going to say hello to a few people that are watching.
Yeah.
So Suzanne Darnell, thank you so much. And we hope you'll share this live video with other people. And Sylvia has joined us. So she said, Charlie's Angels of the Emotion Cold World. Thanks, Sylvia. And Grace Liu, thank you so much for joining us today. Grace is in Washington, and she is a wonderful life mastery coach. And you can find Grace at Grace, it's Soul Solutions, so SOULlutions.com. And she has a lot to offer there. So thanks so much. We'd love for you to share this. And we'll just say hello throughout the program as we see different people are signing on. So Helena, let's just go ahead and, as we like to do every program, just talk about where we learned all of this. And this is the book that started it all for both of us, the Emotion Code book by Dr. Bradley Nelson. So anybody can learn to do the emotion code on themselves. And I first learned about it actually through Michael Lozier, who learned about it through John Inverarity. And then I had John do some work with me. And then I thought, I really, really love this, love to bring this to my women solopreneurs so that at the end of each coaching session, I can release some of those trapped emotions. So we are both certified emotion code practitioners. So in his book, he talks about, it gives a lot of case studies, people that he's worked with all sorts of things. We can work with chronic pain. We can work with emotional pain. Relationships are a big one. Finances are a big one where people get stuck. Last week, we hope you check that out, episode 5, was all about the heart wall. So whether you know it or not, all of us put a heart around our wall at some time. And the fascinating thing about the heart wall is the subconscious can have it made of just about anything. So Helena, let's go ahead and we'll just start with the 7 keys of how we do a session.
Sure, Dana, 1 second.
Yeah.
Hey, Hollywood Squares? Are we?
Hollywood Squares?
Hollywood.
All right. Thank you so much for saying that. I know what she's talking about. We're going to do that right now. And here come the Hollywood Squares. Yes. All right. There we go. Yeah. Well, when you're brand new to something, as we are, there's little technical stuff behind the scenes. And so now we're set up into our Hollywood Squares, and I'll just make sure that I've got everything written there. So Helena, why don't you maybe talk a little bit about the subconscious?
Excellent. The subconscious. I've got my handy dandy little graphic here, the iceberg, the subconscious and the conscious mind. The entire mind is made out of basically the conscious and the subconscious mind. And the conscious part of the mind is like an iceberg. It's the part that you can see. And the subconscious mind is the part of the iceberg that's underneath water. And we know that only about 5-10% of the iceberg is showing, and the rest of it is underneath. The unconscious, subconscious mind is the part that's actually the larger part of the mind, and it's the part of the mind that is running us automatically. It takes care of our heart beating and our breathing and so forth, but it is also the place that all of our emotions are stored, our memories, our imagination. It's where our habits, it's our ethics, it's our morals, it's our automatic behavior, and that is where we find our trapped emotions. And the emotion code is phenomenal at finding them and releasing them rapidly.
Yeah, and so when we talk about what's in that subconscious, you may or may not realize it, but you can inherit those trapped emotions from relatives, from your mother's side, your father's side, from generations back. You can inherit those from prenatal times. You can inherit them. Generally, Dr. Bradley Nelson says that they're generally inherited in that 3rd trimester where they come up with the mother carrying the child. And then from about the age of 0 to 6 or 7, they're all locked in that subconscious mind. So whatever you've learned about yourself when you're being brought up, if you had that really positive parent that was encouraging you, and you had peers that were always encouraging you, and people that were really supporting you, that was great. You probably got really good dose of good self-worth. But on the other hand, if you had people that were putting you down, or you were bullied, or maybe relatives that weren't the nicest people to you, maybe there was a little dysfunction going on, all of that gets trapped in that subconscious, that lower part of that iceberg. So that's about 90% of what's going on in your mind is in that subconscious. So this is where the trapped emotions lie. So we're just going to move into the 7 keys of how we do a session, and I'm going to show you the first card, which is permission. So Helena, just want to let viewers know what this means.
Permission. That means I must ask you for your permission to work on and work with you. I would love to work with people that I just see randomly on the street that are in pain, or physical pain or emotional pain, but that's not the way it works. We always ask for permission.
Exactly, and I have already asked permission for the person that we are going to be working on today, Sylvia Bellini. So I have her permission to go ahead. And since Sylvia is in London and I'm here, what does this proxy mean, Helena? What am I going to do there? Can I become Helena? Can I become Sylvia today?
Yes, you can, because you both have her permission, and now you are able to ask her subconscious mind on her behalf. You have her proxy, just like a vote. The proxy allows you to connect with her subconscious mind because she's not here.
Right. So if it's not in person, and Helena and I do calls just over the telephone, sometimes on Facebook, sometimes a chat, sometimes on Zoom or Skype. It doesn't matter. We don't do a lot of our sessions in person, although we can, but I find them very, very effective the way that we are doing them. So the other thing that I had to find out from Sylvia today, and Sylvia, maybe you could type this in the post. We're talking about severity. So today we're talking about relationships, and the severity is on a scale of 1 to 10, although there's optimum severity that you're going to be feeling if we're going to be working with you. So tell us about that, Helena.
Certainly. So, yes, we'd like to know as a starting point the severity, the intense emotion around the issue that we're working on. And we're looking for things that are like 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then after the session is finished, we ask again about the severity, and we're looking for a 0. We're looking for it to be completely gone. Sometimes we get down to a 2 or a 1, and then as we just talk a little bit longer, ask again. So tap into that feeling. Can you actually bring it up? Can you bring up that emotion? And we know we've done our job when they get to a 0.
Right. So Sylvia has just texted me. I'm just looking at things on my phone here. So she says it's a 9, and you definitely have my permission. So even though the client or the person we're working on has told us what they think the severity is, we'll also muscle test it. So let's explain, what is muscle testing? That's what we're going to talk about next.
Muscle testing is a technique that allows my subconscious mind to offer me a yes or no answer. So the way I muscle test is I bring 2 fingers together, make them into a little circle, and I've got the agreement that when I get a yes, my fingers lock together, and when the answer is a no, then my fingers just fall apart and just pull apart. Other people muscle test, maybe people have seen muscle testing done on the person directly, the arm stretched out in front and then a push down, a solid locked arm is a yes, and the arm releases down, it's a no. That's an excellent way to muscle test a person when we're in person with them.
Right, yeah. So what I'm going to do with Sylvia, I may as well do it right now, is I do it this way, and this is my yes. So I'm going to say, am I Dan? And I have Sylvia's permission now. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got myself centered already. There's a prayer that I like to do before I do emotion code. I'm not going to share it today. I'll share it another day. But every practitioner does need to connect with a higher power, a source, just something where they can tap directly into that other person's subconscious. So I'm just going to go ahead. So maybe, Helena, you can see if anybody else is watching, and I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So am I Dan? Okay. Am I Sylvia?
Excellent.
Sylvia?
Bethany Ridewood. Good morning.
Morning, Bethany.
Bethany is, I'm just going to put a little plug in here for Bethany, is my massage extraordinaire woman. She is amazing. She's located here in Cobble Hill on Vancouver Island. Super talented, and she has this bio-amethyst mat that you lie on, and it just is amazing. So thank you, Bethany.
I love all the things that women are doing around the world of healing, right? Yeah. There's Misty Anderson, she's another one of our Emotion Code Divas, Debbie Talbert, Cindy Trost, like all of us are forming a community, and whether it's massage or Reiki or hypnotherapy or Psyche or whatever it is, I think, it is our time. There's no question about it. It is our time. And so it's wonderful to see all these women, younger women stepping up, women that are sort of middle age, and then women like myself that are in a different part of their journey as well. So that's just great. So I've done it. I've connected with Sylvia, So now, once I've connected with her, I go ahead and I take a look at my emotion code chart. So let's explain to the audience, the viewers, what I'm going to do here then.
Excellent. So the only questions that we can actually answer, get asked are, or ask are yes or no answered questions. So at the beginning, we're going to be looking for those trapped emotions. And so you'll be asking, is there the chart, it has 60 different emotions on it. And so to zero in on the trapped emotion that we're talking about and looking for at this particular time is by asking, is it in column A or column B? And so when we find the right column, we've actually now got only 30 trapped emotions to look for. And then we have 6 rows, and so next I would ask if it would be in an odd or an even row. And then we'll get an even row, let's say. And then we will go, is it in 2, 4, or 6? And that brings us down to one particular cell with 5 different emotions. And then that way we can ask about the 5, which one of the 5 it is.
All right. And so when we're asking,
I'm sorry, it's just such an efficient process. It goes really quick.
Yeah, it does. And Helena and I do 30-minute sessions or 45-minute sessions, depending on what it is. And people will say, well, can I get rid of, something that maybe has lingered their entire life in one 30-minute session? It's possible, but typically we like to do 2 sessions. Because in that 30 minutes, Helena and I just did a demonstration out at Helena's, it's BC?
It's the BC IMDHA. It's the BC chapter of the International Medical Dental Hypnotherapy Association, who I belong to.
And something I didn't know, and I said, Helena, why is hypnosis with the Medical Association? And you told me, which I thought was fascinating,
hypnosis actually was practiced first by doctors, very successly, especially for surgery and
so pre-anesthetic, right?
Pre-anesthetic, and it was very, very successful. Although that was in the late 1800s, and they didn't know how to hypnotize people rapidly, so they could get that feeling of anesthesia. And then different drugs and gases came about. But really, lots of American doctors and North American doctors learned how to do hypnosis in the 50s. Thousands of doctors were using hypnosis in the 50s,
but not
60s.
so much now.
Not so much now, except that I do know that out here, the University of British Columbia, their dentistry program teaches hypnosis.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's a good thing for those people. I mean, I know you work with medical anxiety dentists as well. All right. So we found the trapped emotion. We're just asking yes or no questions. I'll have a funny little story here. I have a woman that I've been working with for a while on different things. She comes to me for maybe once a month. She'll call in with a check-in. So she wanted me she asked me if I could tell her whether or not her son was going to get married this year. It's just like, okay, even though I can get a yes or no answer, I said, I'm not a psychic, so I can't do that. I said, do you have any stressful emotions around that? And she said, yes. I said, well, I can release those, but I said, unless he wants to do a session with me, he's not under your care anymore, so I can't do it without his permission. And I don't know whether or not he's going to get married. So it's just interesting what people think we can use it for. So now that I've got the emotion, I'm then going to use my magnet.
That's right, your magnet. Magnets are pure energy. And what can neutralize energy? Energy. It's kind of like taking a magnet to a credit card. It just will destroy the information, release the information. So you'll be watching Dana do a demo, and she will be swiping the magnet. Yep, like that, and
decided this was my better side.
But she starts here at the beginning of the governing meridian, which is an energetic meridian in Chinese medicine, and it goes all the way down to your tailbone. So when she's swiping that energy emotion away, she's swiping it away through all the energy meridians in the body and it's out. So, hey,
Yes.
we didn't talk. We did, when are we going to introduce our fruit?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about what do those trapped emotions look like? Why do we have a lemon?
That's right. That lemon signals or sort of signifies, oh, that word.
Signifies.
That's the word. Is that's about the size of a general, about the average emotion, energetic emotion. Imagine it's stuffed here and another one stuffed there, and that can cause pain, and that's what we're looking to release.
Okay, all right. And so I'm going to actually do the last step, key step here, which is get hydrated. So I'm going to start working on Sylvia. I know that I have her permission. I am permission as well to be her proxy. I know her severity is a 9. So I'm just going to go ahead and start working and releasing her trapped emotions. And Helena, I know the audience would love to know more about hypnosis. And also today you're going to bust 3 of the most common, and we'll do other ones as well, but 3 are the most common reasons why people don't want to do hypnosis. So I'm just going to go ahead and maybe just say hello to a few more people.
Certainly, actually.
If you can see them. And
this is amazing. Misty Anderson is in the house. Alaska Misty.
all right.
Another emotion code diva, certified practitioner. And you know what? I just want to say hi to Nadine. Hi, Nadine. Nadine is, she lives in Dubai.
Wow.
She's in Dubai.
Love it.
I know. And I met Nadine a few years ago at a stage hypnosis training program in Las Vegas. Nadine is her voice. She is an amazing singer and also coach. I remember the life director. That's right.
Okay, excellent. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and start. And you might just see, I might just close my eyes or just kind of tune out for a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead and see what trapped emotions are here for Sylvia Bellini. And also thanks for watching, Jewel Neve. I know she's been watching other shows as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and just find out for Sylvia. All right.
Good. So these are the top 3 myths that people have about hypnosis. They come into my office or I'm talking to them on the phone, and I like to dispel these as quickly as I can because then they'll just feel more relaxed. So the first myth is that hypnotists or hypnotherapists have special powers. Special magic. Don't look into my eyes. But the truth is, hypnosis can be learned. It's a talent, it's a skill, it's education. So anyone and everyone could learn how to become a hypnotist pretty darn quickly and create a hypnotic phenomenon. A hypnotherapist, however, goes through a lot of training, certification, testing, continued education. So no, we don't have special magical powers, but we do have special training. So that's myth number 1. Myth number 2 is that hypnosis, only the weak-minded people can be hypnotized. That's not true. Everyone can be hypnotized as long as they're able to focus and concentrate. So that eliminates very, 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 very young children and people that have had perhaps, let's say, a brain injury that are unable to focus for a period of time. But everyone else is hypnotizable. And actually, people that have above intelligence actually make phenomenal subjects because they're able to relax and tap into their imagination. And the imagination is the domain of the subconscious mind. So actually, the smarter you are, the easier it is. The key is that you want to be hypnotized. And again, we always ask for permission to hypnotize someone. So the other myth, the myth number 3 is, I remember my first visit to a hypnotherapist my first question was, am I going to tell you my secrets? The answer is no. You won't share anything that you don't want to share. Actually, we actually what I do is I set up with my clients a system where they can answer with a yes or a no question by their fingers. And so I ask them on their hand, which finger when lifted would be a yes answer or a no answer. So, if they lift this one, that's a yes. And they lift this one, it's a no. And that way I can just, they can just let me know what they're processing. And when they're done, I just want to let you know that all healing is done in your mind. And it is helpful if you can share with a hypnotherapist, but it's not necessary. I actually have this amazing process called the Simpson protocol that is done all without any words whatsoever. And the person goes into a lovely deep state of hypnosis. And then they I would go through a series of questions, about a book this much of questions, and they just process and they make the changes with their subconscious and superconscious mind. It is phenomenal, especially for police officers, lawyers, military people that are, perhaps not able to share what they are wanting to work on. So those are the 3 top questions or myths that people have about hypnosis. Now they've been busted. If you're interested in learning more about questions that people have about hypnosis, on my website, flourishhypnosis.com, I have a section there, frequently asked questions, and also a video where I talk about the frequently asked questions. Dana, you look like you're complete.
Yes, I am. Actually, it was very interesting. I just took off my earplugs so I could just be a bit quieter. So Sylvia, we went from a 9 down to a 0. Quite a few trapped emotions, but even though originally I just asked you for one person, one family member that I could work on, I actually did 1, and then I asked, are there any other family members, and I got a yes. So I went ahead and worked on 2 family members. I'm not sure who they are, but did release trapped emotion of anxiety, disgust, effort unreceived, humiliation, conflict, and worry. So everybody has these emotions. So these ones just happen to come up from the emotion code chart that I was using to work from. So asking column A or column B in there. So Sylvia, you can let us know how you're feeling. And as far as what happens after a session, everybody processes differently. So even I'm sure from a hypnosis session, Helena, that they may feel, most people feel very light. Like that's the one word that we always hear, I just feel lighter. And I believe that is simply because they have set the intention that they are seeking help, they're asking for help, they're receiving help. And since our role is to set the intention of releasing those trapped emotions, I do believe the 2 are very much in alignment. And so people always, 99% of the time tell me that they feel lighter. And so other ways that people could feel, some people might want to take a walk in nature. What's been some of your experience, Helena, for some of your clients?
They do absolutely feel lighter. Their eyes are brighter. They're visibly more relaxed. Their face is actually smoother, and their breathing is more deeper. A lot of times people come in and they're all worked up, their shoulders are up by their ears, and they're like breathing really short, and they just are visibly more relaxed. And when they step out of my office, they can actually step out and see light and daylight or evening, and they're just content and happy, and out they go. But I do ask them to have a little bit of quiet time first before they jump back into life and meeting people, just to ground themselves and spend a few minutes just enjoying the calm and the relaxation.
That's great. Just looking at something from Sylvia says, thanks, Dan. I'll let you know the results. I'm feeling calm and light right now. And Kelly Carson is a viewer that I'm on, very blessed to be on Michael Lozier's Friday Hangout show every morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And I've been on Michael's show for several years now, and he's been a very good mentor to me. And I'll be on the show this Friday as well. And I know Kelly is often making comments on the show as well. So she just said, Michael Lozier released trapped emotions that I had at my heart. Well, 53 to be exact. I can tell you that my relationships with my family has changed the most for the better. Also, my relationships with myself. I love me more, and I'm more calm in my own skin. And that really, ladies, is the goal of, the emotion code hypnosis that Helena does, and any other work that we do, even with law of attraction. I mean, when I'm working with people, the first thing that I'm looking at is what's their relationship with their words? What are they saying to themselves? How are they saying things? Are they using positive or negative emotions? I think I talked a lot about that in maybe episode 2 or something, explained about the negative and positive emotions that go on and how important the self-talk is, and self-love. I mean, we've got International Women's Day is coming up. I think it's March 8th. And, we're really seeing a movement towards women taking better self-care. And I think women that step up and seek out assistance with emotion code, hypnosis, law of attraction, whatever it is, I congratulate you, because that, one woman at a time is changing the world.
Dana, one thing that I like to share with my clients is that when they recognize that that self-love is when we release the idea that what other people think of me, it's actually none of my business. Mm-hmm. What I think about myself is my business. Yes. And all this healing work that we're doing is to repair that and strengthen that, because when we are strong inside, mm-hmm. we are powerful.
Exactly. And I always like to make the comment that, I'm just going to grab it actually. Let me see if I can do that quickly. Yes, okay. I'm a huge fan of, I often talk about this Dr. David Hawkins' map of consciousness. Yes. So, when you're down here, this is kind of my messy one, but it makes a point that when you're down here in shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, when you're down there in those emotions and you're saying negative things about yourself, well, the only way that you change that is by changing your self-talk. And that starts when you find the courage to say enough. And I think that happens in every woman's life and every person's life, where it's just not good enough any longer in their life. And so they have to make changes. And how you seek out healing is entirely up to you. But, Helena and I are all about healing and empowering people. And and something that I like to say as well is that people will always treat you the way you allow them to treat you. So the onus goes back to you. If you aren't feeling good about your life, then seek help. Find out what changes you can make, because we're not meant to be on this journey alone.
No. And Dana, the help now with the emotion code, it can come so rapidly. It doesn't take years of talking with someone and rehashing
which
your
I have
story.
Done. Which I have done. And I'm not saying anything. Therapy is great. No. And I've done a lot of it for different reasons and stages in my life. But I do believe that if I would have known about emotion code sooner in my life, I think I maybe would have done less therapy. I'm pretty sure of it. But nonetheless, that's my journey.
It's everything is great, and there are just so many different new tools available, and I'm grateful to have found the emotion code for myself and my clients.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's our show for today. Yeah. And next week at the same time, Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, we're still going to be talking about relationships, and this is going to be about relationships in your work. So whether you're a solopreneur or you work for somebody, we would love to have somebody step up. You can PM me or Helena. Let us know if you're interested, and we'll do a session with you just the same way as I did Sylvia today. So if you've got someone, I can easily think of several people that have come to me in 2 different situations where they don't like the person that they're working with. And, you know, the onus falls back on them. Like either they have to be the one that makes the change. So whether it's doing something like the emotion code and changing that, or is it something as life-changing as actually looking for someone else to work with, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes the emotion code can lead you to a place where it's no longer stressful. It's the right decision. And that's what releasing trapped emotions is all about, helping you make those better decisions. So anybody want to say goodbye to?
Yeah, Natasha Paula Samuel.
In England. I'm not sure if she's in London, or just where. Natasha, you can let us know where you are, but we've got people all over from the States. And Grace is just saying, thank you, great show, grateful that I could be here. And this is what we're all about too, people, is this attitude of gratitude. So remember that. And yeah, if you haven't had a chance actually to get, I'm just going to talk about this for a second, my Law of Attraction Gratitude Journal. By you focusing on what you are grateful for every day throughout the day, it's just amazing, amazing how your vibration and your energy will change. Whatever's going on, reset the vibe and turn it around to something that you're grateful for. So I'm totally grateful for Helena today. So she's in another city from me, which is just great. And we've got viewers all around the world. I love that we've got someone from Dubai, you know, the States, Canada. It's all great. So that's it. And Helena, do you want to tell us about March? What's going to go on then?
I'm so excited about March. March is Menopause Madness Month. That's right. We're going to be working with women to release trapped emotions around menopause symptoms. And I know it works because my symptoms are all gone, and they're all gone since I found the emotion code. And that's just been the last maybe 6 months or so.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So with menopause, we're talking about premenopause, menopause, and then perimenopause. And yes, I did not know about the emotion code when I was going through that, but I again would have stepped up to get some sessions if I'd known about that. So think about it. If you're anybody that has that, we'll be looking at hot flashes,
insomnia,
migraines, mood swings, all of that sort of stuff. All right, then. So this is goodbye from the Emotion Code Divas. Please share. Please invite your friends. We're just starting to get this page, get some likes on it. And again, thank you so much. We're so grateful for you watching today. And also, we do sincerely hope that we make a difference in your life. And if you're interested in working with us, Helena, where can they find you?
They can find me at flourishhypnosis.com/emotion-code.
Right. And you can find me at empoweredwomeninbusiness.com/emotion-code. And I will be putting up, I've just started my Emotion Code Divas page on my website, so I'll be getting that up in probably by next week. So that's it for now. So I'll just remember to stop the broadcast this time and stop the recording because we've had some funny little technical things go on, but it's all fun and it's all good. So that's it. Bye for now.
Bye.